All right, welcome back to the Burchalations podcast, episode 18. We have some special guests with us here. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
It's just my show. What the fuck? No, turn this up. Hold on. Yeah, man. Y'all, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That was not that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that bad at all.
Thank you.
Wasn't that bad.
Blame the show.
Yeah.
That's when it got bad.
Yeah, it's across the line.
Yeah, don't do that.
Then we would have to change the name to Maddie-lations, if that was the case. We'd have to do a whole rebranding.
You know, I mean, actually, with the studio setup, I plan on using it to make more money. So if you ever wanted to start your own show, you can use our studio if you like. I can produce it, do all that stuff. That's just a thought.
Fuck.
If you ever had the idea of doing something like that, having people
You're giving her more power.
Hey, listen. I'm all about giving females more power, okay? Feminism, you know what I'm saying? All that good. Equality, right, Justin?
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah, sure.
You got it.
Yeah, fuck no, I'm sorry, no. Respectfully, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Speaking of women.
They don't even want.
They don't even want it.
Respectfully.
Listen, we'll get into that. Okay, we'll get into that. But I want we're going to introduce our guests, give them the floor. So tell them y'all's names, where you're from, your marital status, body count, all that stuff, social security number, etc.
Right. Okay.
All right, who's going first?
So I'm Maddie. I'm 20. I'm from Sparta, basically Cookville, that's what everybody likes to say. Single, 401k, all of that.
Okay.
Man, how about you?
I'm Emily. I'm from Kentucky originally. Now I'm in Cookville. I'm single. Body count is 0.
Oh goodness, hold on a second. Move that mic closer to you. Just turn this. Just like
This.
there.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Say it again.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Oh, I can hear myself now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Emily. I'm originally from Kentucky. I live in Cookville now. I am single, and my body count is 0.
Yes. We got one, Justin. We got one.
Okay. It's about
We're gonna
time.
get some DMs after this show.
You know, I'm finally happy that I can have you two on. Two Cookville girls. Why do you think Cookville girls
They get a whole lot of
slander, man? Why do you think Cookville girls get slandered a lot?
what's going on over there.
It's the water, man. I don't know. I
What?
really don't know. I don't know why they hate on us. Like, we play the game like they do, and they can't handle it. That's as simple as it is.
Well,
Do you guys play the game how we do?
I mean, we give back what we get. Like, guys are all the time like, oh, I want a relationship, and they don't. They just want to hook up. And girls do the same thing, but we get shamed for it. That's why Cookville girls are toxic.
which is
Okay.
Which brings us into our first topic.
Okay. Why do you think most men they lie about wanting relationships to get sex from
It's
women most of the time?
In.
What's up?
It's the easiest way in. Like, the easiest way to get a girl to trust you enough to do it.
Okay. Why do you think they do that?
Like what she said. I mean, it's easy if you say what you have to say.
Okay.
3 words get you far.
You want to press the button?
Yeah, man. Go ahead, press the button. I'll tell you the real reason why. It's because we as men we believe that most women they can't really handle the truth. I mean, because if I walked up, so say I walked up to you, right, and I said, "Hey, I don't really have any plans on being in a committed relationship with you. I plan on being polygamous, and I plan on sleeping around from time to time. Would you still give me a shot, even though I was being upfront and honest with you? Would you still give me a shot?"
Do you remember what I said my body count was? I'm the wrong person.
Okay, so that's my point exactly.
Do you know what we're going to say to a girl that has 0 bodies instead? He will say, "Listen, trying to get back with God and all that stuff." He's going to act innocent, religious, and all that. And as
you
soon as he
shapeshift to whatever she wants.
Yeah.
and as soon as he gets that, you know what he's doing? He has 2 choices to make. Either he commits or he leaves. Very, very slowly distance themselves.
And one thing I do always say all the time is whenever whenever someone punches the truth, they're asking to be lied to.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why men lie, because most men know. I mean, I don't really have any reason to lie, but most men know like that they have a better chance of getting what they want if they lie compared to telling the truth about their intentions. Because I hear people say, "Just be honest with me." They're not going to be successful if they're honest.
You gotta play the game, lie a little bit. You know?
Yeah,
feed their fantasy.
Yeah, but the difference is though, we play the game more so on the back end than we do on while ladies they play on the front end because they really could. Okay, so the thing with hookup culture is, I think women they control everything that goes on, and I think the other people who could really stop hookup culture is women because they're the ones who are the gatekeepers towards sex, and they operate all that, and I think if being honest was more rewarded, then more guys would be honest. But
just like being a gentleman, getting a girl flowers, if it was rewarded, if they knew it was working,
yeah,
you would see more of that. But from experience, that doesn't really tend to go your way.
Yeah, nice guys definitely finish last, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, just a quick question: who do you remember more, the bad guy or the guy that treated you right? The one that treats you like shit or the one that treats you right?
The one that treated me like shit.
Can you explain why?
You're not really experienced for this question, I guess.
Or are you?
I've had relationships.
Oh, well. Okay.
Dang, Parker?
Well, you're not with one of them, so I guess they're all bad. I don't know. Poor.
No,
But-
I mean, you remember the bad relationship more because it was more traumatic. It's like when you're younger. When you're really young, you can remember things from being 2, 3 years old if it was traumatic. If it was a good experience, you probably don't remember.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I remember the good guys too, but like they don't stick out.
Oh,
Like
man.
the good guys set the standard higher, but the bad guys are like, if he starts acting like this, then I'm gonna compare you to him, and you're a red flag, you're gone.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing that I notice is whenever I talk to other girls, is that some of them always talk about their ex. It's like they can't get them out of their head. And I was like, wow.
You're finding a losing battle, honestly, if they keep talking about their ex because
Yeah.
they still ain't left their mind.
like if you're talking to me and you keep talking about your ex,
It doesn't need to get brought up all the time, but you do have to know something.
well, it's
to move
disrespectful to
forward.
me. I was like, what they got to do with us?
Yeah, that's
like,
that's
mean-
what I'm saying.
I guess so, yeah,
I think
in a way.
Yeah, and I think good men, honestly, they really get the short end of the stick whenever that happens. Whenever there's still an ex in the picture, and I think we as men, I don't think we really put that on our woman as much. I mean, obviously we remember about it, but we don't really talk about it whenever we're with our lady because we don't want her to feel like she has to have more pressure.
So which one leaves more of an impression on you? Good or bad girls?
Good,
the good ones.
1000%.
1,000%.
Y'all don't ever think about the bad ones?
Oh no, fuck them bitches.
Oh no, fuck that. No. we like a lady who can respect us. Those are the ones that we remember. If a guy really fucks up something special and he hurts that girl who was nothing but, faithful to him, took care of him, spoke life into him, then he's going to remember that girl far more than any girl who would ever treat him bad. Because he would know that, hey, I fucked this up. I fucked up something special here. I really messed something up that would that benefit my life for the better.
What was I going to say? Oh, so I'm going to ask y'all something real fast, all right? So when it comes to the differences in men and women, okay, we were talking about this earlier, but there's a prime going on. We talked about this last episode. Mm-hmm. And I want to get y'all's answer on this. Do you think that you'll be able to have more success with men now at your age? Because y'all are young, right? Y'all just now like
21, 20.
20, 19, whatnot. If y'all think y'all have more success now or when y'all are like 28 or 30 years old?
Now.
Now? What about you?
Probably now.
All right. Now, why is that?
One, we're pursuing men that are in our age because we're in the bar setting and we're all that. Y'all develop differently than we do mentally. So y'all are not as high up as we are, so we have an advantage on that, which is women owning the hookup culture and gatekeeping, all that.
Well, girls also mature
faster.
Yeah.
So we can play the mind games better, and we have more advantage onto the guys. It's like who we want, but we don't peak. Men peak later than us.
I gotta stop you real quick because you said that you guys can play the mind games better, right?
Y'all are easier to manipulate at this age.
Okay. I got a question. Who do you believe is smarter, men or women? And there's no correct answer, but who do you think is smarter? Just your opinion.
I think it depends on the age.
Okay, motherfucker. Okay. I asked a simple question. It's an A or B answer. There's no C. Who do you believe is smarter?
Just answer the question.
And there's no bad answer.
All right, listen. I have one more part of this question.
Oh my god.
Are we talking like street smarts?
No.
Like book smart.
General.
Well, like common sense smart. Like who do you believe is like smarter?
Oh my god.
You can answer too if you want.
Common sense, it's men, but overall, it's women.
Okay. If it's overall women, then why do these same women they fall for the same shit
Because
that all these other men do?
words.
What?
You use your words. It's back to the pretty words.
Yeah, and this is why I said a couple of episodes ago where I don't really try to figure out what the lady likes. I try to figure out what she responds to, because what she responds to and what she likes are two way different things. Because most women, they like a man who's a challenge, who will have them guessing. They don't really want someone who's like predictable as hell. Like that nice guy, like that predictable motherfucker. He's not really attractive or arousing to most women that he sees. Why do you think some of these dudes who pull multiple women, other women, they're going to be attracted to that because he knows like what they'll respond to. Like he knows how to get those women. Why do you think all of us guys, we look up to that guy and say, hey, yo, man, how you doing this? Because we know good and damn well that, hey, it's hard most of the time, man. I mean, some nights, man, you might be.
Like you just said right there. Let's take the bar for example, because we all been there. During rap hour on the dance floor, who are most girls twerking on?
Other girls or guys?
They're twerking on girls. All right, let's just keep it keep it a buck. All right, and where are the guys at? They're standing there,
yeah.
looking stupid as hell.
Yep.
And then there's the 2 or 3 guys that are getting play.
Yes.
Not including the ones that are in relationships, but they're just the guys that are just happen to get like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we look at them guys, and then they do something stupid and give them a high five, and then they walk away, right?
Yep.
Because that's just what happens. Now, they respect it because it's just not easy. Because I mean, in this time, you walk up to a girl, it's kind of getting rejected. You know, it hurts. It's scary, and also getting that sexual harassment or all that stuff.
That's why most men they don't really like to approach women anymore because there's more risks. There's more of a risk than a reward when it comes to approaching them. Honestly,
yeah.
I mean, if I know that I could potentially be accused of assault or harassment, I'm not going to approach a bitch at all. Cause I'm not gonna lie. Cause look, what I'm about to say is not realistic, honestly. Cause I mean, I still try to make the first move, me personally. But most guys, whenever a lady makes that first move, we get comfortable real fucking quick whenever she decides to make that first move. It makes things so much easier whenever they do that. Cause guess what? If we find her attractive, we're not. It makes things so much easier whenever they approach us. But I know it's not realistic, honestly, because I'm a believer that it's our job to attain the woman, while it's their job to retain us.
Have y'all ever approached a guy at a bar?
No.
How'd it go?
It was actually this past Thursday, and he ignored me the entire night.
Oh, you probably...
I went up and talked to him. Everything was normal. Everything was fine. And then he just completely ignored me and hung out with another girl the entire night. And so I confronted him about it, and he's like, I'm just seeing how you react. And I was like, that's not how that works. So I've not approached him or talked to him since.
I feel like that was a different situation, though, because y'all were talking before then. Like, it
About to
wasn't
say,
like
were
you
y'all-
saw a guy in the bar and went up and talked to him.
Oh, I've done that too.
I know. Tell that story.
So, were y'all in that situation? Were y'all already trying to talk to each
We
other?
weren't
and
like
whatnot?
exclusive or anything, but we had been hanging out.
Like, what was that?
We, like, he
talking
was-
stage.
He was still seeing other people, but I wasn't.
Ooh, you were. Ooh,
I was exclusive.
You were closed.
So
on
you were
your
closed
end.
on your end, but he was open on his.
Yeah, but he made it seem like he was closed on his.
Ah,
So
okay.
I closed my end thinking he was, and
Pretty
he
words.
wasn't.
That's the look. That's
Yeah.
the thing. He lied, man. You gotta if
Yeah.
you're gonna be open, you gotta stand on it.
Yeah, I
because there's
believe.
actually girls out there that will get along with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
yeah, there's some girls who actually share men.
I wish he would have just been like, hey, this is going to be like a hookup thing, or like we can hang out every now and then, but I'm not exclusive, instead of saying he was exclusive, because I would have been fine with that. I
But,
would've
but he
been
was probably
fine.
scared that he would lose you if he said that, because
He done lost me because he won't talk to me.
I mean, like I said, you just gotta be confident in yourself and have that level of confidence to be like, hey, this is what I do. You know, this is how it's gonna go. If you're cool with that, great. If not, I'll let you walk away or not. And I believe a girl respects you a lot more when you say something like that, whether as you try to be around the bush and lie about it.
100%. I have people that I've known for years, and it's literally like, will only ever be a hookup or only ever be like really close friends like that.
And girls be down with that.
And I respect him completely. Like, I won't talk to him when he's in a relationship, but as soon as he's single, I'll be there for anything he needs. Like, we respect
Anything?
each other like that. Okay.
Anything?
Whoa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. We like the chill ones, you know what I'm saying? Right, Justin? Anything we need.
yeah. Wait a minute. You said that you had men trying to holler at you, and you was underage.
Yeah, so it was like,
What?
so I was like 16, 17. Okay, probably like 15, 16, 17 area. And I would have like 20, 21-year-old men being like trying to holler at me because they thought I was older, because women with makeup and everything else are able to look overage.
No, that's some bullshit because
Men
there's
can't do
girls
that.
out
It
here.
is.
There's girls out here in high school wearing shit to make them look a lot older.
My
And
sister
it's
is
just
younger
like,
than me,
nah.
and she looks 10 times older than me. 100%. When she puts her makeup on, she looks 25. She's 18.
She's also like 6 foot.
She's also super tall.
Damn. Okay. Okay. Here's a question to add up to that one. Who do you think has more options in the dating marketplace? That 18-year-old guy or that 18-year-old girl?
Women.
Girl.
The girl.
All right. Why do you guys say that?
She has any range she wants, basically.
Yeah, and for men, like, I feel like when you turn 18 and you're still in that dating pool, like 18, 20, that area, it's like, if I'm looking at an 18-year-old, I'm like, what's your plan? Like, if you're not going to college, you're not getting a job, you're not doing something, I'm not even remotely interested in you whatsoever.
Okay. So what you're saying is you guys care about a man's future, right? Is that what you're saying right now?
It's one of the standards.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad you pressed that button because
Bless, help me.
that's a preference, right? Right? Okay.
I answer the question, right?
Okay. I don't have a problem with that because you want to know why? Because most women, they care about a man's future, while most men, they care about a woman's past.
That's true.
But only one of those is shamed, and that's us caring about a woman's past.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and you guys are in perfect control of everything that you do and every decision that you make, just like how we're in control of what our future holds.
I mean,
assuming
like-
that we play our cards right.
I mean, tell me if y'all heard this before. I don't date broke boys.
I've heard it.
Preference, right?
That's preference.
No one argues when a girl says that.
No,
I want a man that's taller than me.
Heard it.
Preference, right? Right. Okay, yes. All right, I'll take that as yes.
Anyways.
Now, let's flip it. I don't want a girl I don't want a hoe or someone that's slept around with a lot of.
I've heard it. It's a standard,
guys.
but they get shamed for it. It's still a preference.
Ooh.
Yo.
It's still the
Ooh,
same.
What do they say? Ooh, small dick energy. You're insecure.
Yeah.
That word, right? Well,
it's giving broke boy.
It's giving. it's giving that bullshit.
Yeah, but yeah, I just think it's hilarious though how ladies they can have their standards and not be demonized for. But as a man, I don't want my future woman, the wife of my kids or my wife, to be involved in promiscuous behavior because I know that could be detrimental to me and my family. Because one thing I will say this, there's nothing that a man cares about more than his last name because he has to give that to someone assuming that he wants to get married. So why would he give it to someone that he knows is involved in some bullshit? Now, obviously, a woman can change that because fuck, man, they can just decide one day, hey, I don't want to do this bullshit no more. I realize that, hey, you know what, man, this isn't really helping me out. This isn't really helping anyone out. I mean, I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to get taken care of, man. All right, if I keep doing this bullshit, ain't nobody going to take care of my ass. Just like, for example, that's like me saying, hey, you know what, man, I need to get off my couch and I need to go work more hours because I know that I would like to have a family dependent on me. I would love to take care of a woman because, I think most men, we take pride in taking care of our women. Like, I think that puts a smile on most men's face, knowing that our wife and kids are good. Because I believe that, man, most guys, we don't wake up early in the morning or late at night to go to work because we despise women. No, we do that because we can provide for women. Okay, and that's just what I believe.
When a man makes money, you know what he's thinking? I can provide for a family
and have them dependent on me. When a woman makes money, she's independent of men.
Yeah.
She says, "Fuck this! I don't need a man."
Back to the body count thing, though.
Okay.
So you're saying, like, what if a woman wakes up and she decides, oh, I'm not going to do this anymore. I want to settle down, blah, blah, blah. She still gets, let's say she's our age. She's
okay.
20, 21. She's got a high body count for her age, okay? Mm-hmm. We're talking, like, upper numbers. But she decides she wants to settle down. 4 or 5 years go down the road. What's your body count? And she's wanting to settle down with this guy. She's not been doing anything for 4 or 5 years, but she's still got that high number.
Okay.
Does she still get judged the same?
Okay, question. Question. How old was she be in those 4 to 5 years?
So let's say she's 20 when she has this high body count.
Okay.
And she's 25, 26, 24, 25
okay.
area.
Okay, assuming that she keeps her body right, her face still looks good, that's going to push the clock back a little bit more, so she'll still have her peak value, in my opinion. So
yeah, appearance wise, biology still never stops for anybody.
So really,
unless you like freeze your eggs and whatnot.
Yeah. So really, yeah. So really, I think most men that they'll be okay if they really love you for real, they'll really put that to the side. They won't really care about that as long as you're doing like the little stuff right. They're not really gonna worry about that, honestly.
Because y'all talked before on a previous episode, like, young girls with high body counts are like a red flag, but if she's older, then it's acceptable.
Who said that?
Whoa! I did not say that.
It was on the podcast with all the boys.
Yeah,
high body count.
Yeah, I remember this podcast too.
It's bullshit.
Yeah. I remember this podcast, but I
don't.
I argued that. I argued it. Yeah, I remember. It was a person he was sitting beside me. I remember, but I argued it because if she's older and she's hit that wall and she realized, hey, I want to finally like settle down. It's gonna be a little bit too late for her because, she's not at her peak value. She probably has a standard of man that she probably wants, but that standard of man doesn't want her. So she's gonna be miserable because she's not gonna settle. Because I'm not gonna lie, most women, they don't like to settle. They don't want. I believe that most women, they don't want to be better than the man. I think that they want a man who's better than them. Because they talk all the time about, I want a leader. Well, guess what? He can't lead you if he's not leading his own life correctly, if he's not more competent than you are. Before you interrupt me, Parker.
Whoa, wait a minute.
You was about to interrupt me.
Interrupted this entire show, but
You was about to.
Now, look, what Justin was saying, he's correct. Girls are not, hate to say this, they're not built to lead.
No.
All right, but because every time I've seen a girl take the leadership role in a relationship, well, she gonna lead it, all right, to the end. She gonna lead to the end.
They're too emotional.
Yeah,
I am a female.
I mean,
we're too emotional.
let's just say World War III happened, right? And I mean, with the equality stuff going on, I mean, it's pretty clear that women are going to be involved in it as well. Now, I'll get into that. Where the camera at? I'll do that. I'll get into that later, okay? But with World War III, when you have women, let's just say women were leaders of a unit, right?
Yep.
If we were all getting shot at and that girl's freaking out and she's your leader, what is the rest of the group thinking?
They're freaking out too.
Yeah.
Whoa,
We
what the
gonna die.
fuck? Yeah. you need someone that is level headed, that can think under pressure.
Men need to be in leadership roles.
Absolutely.
100%. Like,
Women
women
are
are
supporting women roles though for their ideas.
No. I'll support women's roles. They could be behind the computer, help me find the way out of the bunker.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Women don't need to lead the army.
They can call in
They
air.
help.
They can call in air support for me.
It's like a firefighter.
Yeah.
Like, do you want the gigantic man to come rescue out of the fire, or the little woman?
Or
Or a police officer, right?
Exactly. And like a domestic violence case, okay? If a man is putting his hands on you and you call the police, do you want a woman to be at the door, or do you want a man to be at the
No,
door?
I want a man.
You want
Okay,
the
and respect-
man at the door and
I
the
don't
woman on the
care.
phone.
Exactly.
comforting you.
Yeah, respectfully, because guess what? If you have a woman come up to the door, you're probably thinking, shit, man, we both about to get our ass beat now.
Yeah.
You want that officer to kick his ass
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, yeah, but they can't do that.
and put him
I
in
know,
handcuffs.
yeah.
I'd rather just have a man anyways.
Yeah. I mean, there's some things that I would rather have a woman for. For example, if I have kids, I would rather have a woman watch my kids than a man.
Or them dishes.
Okay. Oh my God. That's okay. As I was trying to say, okay.
Someone's got to clean.
I would
That's why you have a
rather.
dishwasher.
I would rather have a
Alright.
woman with my kids. I would rather have a woman watch my kids whenever they're younger, because women, they have higher patience with kids, and I would rather have a man look after my kids, like if they're older, because like they can display exactly. You know exactly what I was about to say.
It's nurture and nature.
It's what we're made for. I mean, women are made to have children. Women are made to like have like a mothering instinct and care for people more than men are.
I think I was talking.
You'd be
I think
surprised
that's
how
what
we
we.
were talking about.
I think that's what we were talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finally, it only
Okay.
took 4 hours.
All right. Okay. You know, great. I'm glad that you said that, because
Look at me. Go.
Speak on it.
okay. Because
Speak
here's my
on
next
it.
question.
Speak on it.
Okay, what you were talking about body counts, I want to ask you too. Why do you think men care about body counts so much?
I think part of it could be an insecurity.
Oh fuck. Okay. How about
It's
you?
the same
Because-
reason women care about body counts.
Yeah, it's like men. If you know that your girlfriend's been with a lot of men, you're gonna think that she's gonna compare you to them.
Okay.
So like it could be an insecurity thing where it's like, oh, you've already been with this many people. Am I gonna like be the best out of them or what? Like if there's 2 people, you have a pretty good shot, 50-50 of being the best she's been with. If there's 55, well,
Okay.
sucks.
Okay. Well, why do you think men care about body counts so much?
It's the same as women. We want to know. Men like to know that they're the best and they're on top. Same as women. Women like to know that we're the one that you've had. Like, we want to be the ones that you're like, oh, she's the one. Like, she's on top. She's it. She's everything. And so we care about the body counts because we want to know that we're the best you've been with. Y'all want to know that we ain't been with you, brother, uncle, cousin, dad, all of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you
They
just,
have spreadsheets.
I think you just nailed it right there. I mean, like you said, for us guys, we want to know, we want you to be the best, and for girls or for us guys, wait, did I fuck that up?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so for us guys, we want to know that you ain't been with no one,
Yeah.
and for y'all girls, y'all want to know that y'all are the best that we've had.
It's a clean
just like you
slate.
said,
There's no comparison. There's no judgment. There's no bias. If you're with a girl that doesn't have any body count or doesn't have much experience with body counts, you're shaping her to what you want in sexual activity or anything in that intimacy level.
And
Yeah.
If you've been with a girl who has 30, 40, 50, 60
Do
bodies,
you, I mean,
she knows the court. She knows how to play it. You're not teaching her anything. And men love to teach and show how to do something.
yeah,
That was a good ass answer.
I love that.
That's a good ass answer, but I'll add another thing as well. I believe I believe that most of the time.
Wait a minute, I got.
I believe that most of the time. I believe that women most of the time they're emotionally attached way more than men are when it comes to sex, especially when it's good sex. So we as men, we want a woman, if we're taking her long term, obviously, like I'm not just talking about hookups because we wouldn't really care about this with hookups, but if we're talking long term, if we're talking long term, then we if we're talking long term, if we're talking long term, then we want a woman who can emotionally bond with us during sex, not someone who has been a hoe and they won't be able to later on, because usually when a woman has a lot of bodies, it usually comes with a lot of trauma, and then that trauma will carry into the next relationship. Because I'm about to say something that's controversial, but it's kind of the truth. I believe that trauma, it builds men, but it destroys women. Because I mean, I could be wrong when I say this, but women, they like men with battle scars. They like men who been through some shit and they show that they can come out of it better.
We like to fix you.
Okay, that's not what I was. Okay, that's not what I was referring to.
I get what you were meaning.
That's not what I was referring
I'm just
to.
saying.
Okay, we don't. Okay, we don't want. Okay, we don't want our lady to go through a lot of shit, because guess what? When the lady goes through a lot of shit, she tends to lose her femininity. If you get what I mean,
she gets independent because she's been through trauma, so she doesn't feel like she can rely on anybody to show that nurture to anymore.
In other words,
whereas
masculine.
Men build up that masculinity. Trauma builds masculinity, and you don't want a woman to be masculine. You want her to be feminine. So less trauma for a woman means more nurture, more care, more intimacy. Men, it's like a tougher wall.
Yeah, and I believe, and I'm a personal believer that masculinity is built just like how men are built. Meanwhile, as femininity is preserved, just like how a woman's value is preserved. And I was going to say that earlier. I believe that when it comes to body count, I'm a firm believer that women are born with inherent value, and men, we have to create ours. So that's why a man who has a lot of bodies is more respected towards society than a woman who has a lot of bodies, while she's usually shamed by society. Now, I'm not promoting promiscuity, okay? I have to remind y'all, I'm not promoting it, but I'm just giving y'all the reality. The reality is that a man with a higher body count, he's a little bit, he has to have a skill to even rack up on those bodies in the first place, to even have those women want to sleep with him. Meanwhile, men most of the time, you both know this, okay, because you both are beautiful women, okay? You both know this. You both know that men, they willingly give it away to you, okay? All you got to do is just, have an ass, have some breast and be able to, give him sex, and they will literally give it to you.
Well, listen, y'all, if you're going into the bar tonight, you ask anybody at that bar, you know what I'm saying, there's a good chance you're going to walk out with him. Tonight, if you ask anyone at that bar, I promise you'll walk out with a guy tonight. As for us guys, we gotta put in some damn work. We gotta make sure
play the long game.
We gotta play the long game. And let me tell you something. I'm not that guy. Okay.
I'm not that guy, bud.
I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. And also, like you said something about body count, like sexual experience and whatnot in the bed. When she's giving that Gog 3000,
you wondering who gave it to her? Who taught her that way?
Although it's good, in the back of my head, like, what the fuck did you learn this shit from?
Who taught you?
Who taught you? You're supposed to be terrible at it. I'm supposed to be teaching you.
How the hell you going to teach her?
Hey, especially no, because you can
fuck
tell.
You, right?
My biggest thing is like when a guy, when they're talking about girls and she gets on top and she knows what she's doing, guys are instantly turned off. Guys love when a girl rides. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't, because it feels best for you. But she knows what she's doing, turned off instantly. Don't want to talk to that girl anymore. Done.
Damn.
Because she
no, it's not even that. I'm just like recreational use only. I'm like, damn, that shit was good. I'm just gonna use her for sex. What? I ain't cutting her off unless I have that many options. But even then, I mean, I probably wouldn't cut her off at all.
Yeah,
you just get put in a whole nother category.
I think women,
that's
they
the category thing.
The box.
Yeah.
Women are married or sex only.
Yeah.
Like the long term.
Yeah. I said this. I said this last week. men, whenever they talk to a woman, they will either put her in one or two categories: the long term category or the sex only category. Whereas women, they'll put a man in three categories: the long term commitment category, the sex quality, the sex zone quality, or the friend zone. Okay, and I'm putting my money on you guys. Probably put most men in the friend zone. Okay, because most women, they don't respect most men.
He's like a brother to me.
Yeah. There's only a small percentage of men who's getting sex from all the girls. Okay, and I hate to say it, but most women, they're fucking the same man. Okay, all right. That may be breaking news, but what I'm saying is that most women, they only look at. All right, you say this a couple episodes ago. In high school, there was always. Okay, there was everybody else, or there was every other guy, but then there was always those 2 or 3 guys that every girl wanted to fuck.
That every girl wanted to be with. And my high school days, I was not one of those guys.
Nope, neither was I.
They weren't looking at me, but there was probably the star quarterback. That one guy was probably going to a D1 college, or just that very attractive emo kid or whatnot. Everybody, but I mean
that ugly crush.
And yeah. But and I mean for girls, I mean I see a cycle to where there's always that it girl for about like a month or even shorter than that. And then there's always another girl that everybody wants to be with.
There's always a new seasonal girl.
There's always a new seasonal girl.
There's always a new season girl. But basically what I was saying, okay, here's another question to add on to that. What percent of guys do you think are having sex regularly? Start with you.
Well, that's a good one.
That we know, or like in general?
In general. What percent of guys do you think are having sex regularly?
Probably like 25%.
Okay.
I have no idea.
You can just say a number.
5. No, I'm just kidding. Probably, yeah.
Okay.
20 to 30 is what I would say.
Okay. You guys are close. It's usually 10 to 20% of guys. They're the ones who are banging 80 to 90% of women. Because, okay, I'll just go ahead and say it. Most women, they find the most men basically sexually invisible to them. You guys aren't really noticing like most men. Like I mean, most men that you guys see out in public. I mean, you're not really noticing them. Whereas we as men, we find 8% of women somewhat attractive. 8% of women find only 20% of men at the most attractive, because like I said earlier, most men they're not really respected by most women because I said this a couple of episodes ago. Most women they've leveled up. They've started to show their independence. They started to show that they don't really need a man as much. I mean, they're becoming the men that they want, honestly.
And I'm happy you said that. I think that's where we've come to in this society, in a sense, because the big shift that's happened. I'll just get into it. So in the late, I say 1800s, there was a trade that happened between Americans and the Indians, where the Indians traded jewelry, and the Americans were trading booze, and they were just trading. Until one point in time, the Americans found out how to make their own jewelry and whatnot. So then they just stopped trading with the Indians and what. So it was like, okay, well, we don't need them for this anymore. If they can bring us a different source of value, we'll be willing to trade with them. And that's what you're seeing right now in the dating marketplace with men and women. Is that back in the day with the old contract, women couldn't vote, they couldn't get a job, they couldn't make no money, which gave men the power because they were making the money and do all that stuff. So in order for a girl to live comfortably, what did she have to do?
She had to get married.
She had to get married. Absolutely.
That's what they were raised for. I mean, like their whole lives, they were literally just like brought up, like be a good wife. Like that's their entire purpose in life back then.
And now today you see that they're brought up to rely on themselves.
Yeah, career first, like get yourself right, do everything you need to do for you, and then find a husband.
Yeah. So now today, that value that you brought out into the world is no longer the bare minimum. If anything, it's like it's good for you, but it doesn't help for the girl because she could do that herself. It's a thing for the old contract and the new contract. The old contract was men provided resources and protection, and girls provide sex and, if wanted, children.
Yep.
Now for the new contract, you have.
Sorry.
Then the new contract has immediately it just destroyed the old contract.
Yep.
Now men have to be millionaires or whatnot. You have to be basically exceptional. You have to provide a lifestyle that they can't get themselves. So you really have to be just out of the box, extraordinary, and all that stuff. I mean, one of the reasons that me and Justin do what we do now, of course, we like for ourselves. We like building our last name, the brand, and all that stuff. But it's also because the women. I mean, what do you think? All the inventions of throughout time that men have created, the car, the plane, and all that stuff. Part of it, all like personal glory, of course.
Yeah.
But they also wanted women, the approval of women, and all that.
Yep.
So the biggest drive, I mean, it's called the male sex drive. It's the single most powerful biological thing, and there's no way that you can stop it. And you know, when I see a pretty girl walking past me, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look the fuck back. I'm gonna look back twice if it looks good.
You'll be like,
Makes sense.
So, I mean, and it's also the reason why men get into pretty fucked up situations when it comes to simping, almost basically killing themselves for women. And that's the thing that I try to get men to do is to prioritize themselves first and to not put too much time to women to the point where it ruins their life. Because women out here, they're taking it as much advantage as they can. And there are girls out here getting rich off this shit, off of other men.
They are. I mean, and look, we're not mad at the women because look, if I was 18, beautiful, and I had all these men giving me this money and these opportunities, me being able to get on yachts and shit, I would do that shit too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't like seeing men, you know, like destroy their lives over women who they're not going to get in the first place. Because guess what, man? Whenever you give a woman something, she's not going to respect it as much as unless she actually like earned it. And you're and when you do that for a woman, you're giving them that leverage. And I'm sorry to say it, but if you can't tell throughout these past couple of years, most women, they're usually terrible people whenever they have leverage. And I'm just keeping it real. They want a man to be able to have that leverage. Because first of all, I'll say this. Men, okay, whenever a woman has leverage and they're married, she's really, most of the time, she's seeking a better partner. That's why they divorce 8% of the time, 90% of their college educated. So all that talk for men having commitment issues, that talk is dead because we're not the ones leaving the women, okay? And plus, and plus to add on to that, okay, we as men, we have the same barber, we have the same favorite rapper, we have the same
sports team,
okay?
I have my favorite. I have the same sports team.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying though. So we obviously don't have a problem committing to something. Okay, most men they don't have a problem committing. They just not committing to those women who complain about it.
Yeah.
And
it's a pretty magical thing that I'm seeing too. Women building themselves up, being independent. Fuck man, get this, pop this pussy, all that stuff. and, it's a very funny thing because I'm seeing women become the very men that they want, and it's hurting them rather than helping them.
Yeah, because then they'll only settle for a man that's going to make them better.
Exactly.
And if you've already reached your top potential, how's that man going to do that?
Yeah, and even if you did reach that high level, women don't date down.
They don't. It's very rare for a woman to date down.
They date equal or up. So if you got into this very high
hypergamy
level, the very chance of you getting a man on bigger than you on that level is rare. And what makes you think that he wants you? He'll date a broke girl that works at McDonald's over a successful chick any day.
Yeah.
I mean,
if she's submissive, feminine.
That's another thing. I mean, that's another difference. When me and Justin went through a drive-thru at Wendy's, we saw a chick that was caked up. And we were like, damn, look at that shit. And then we drove off. But for a girl, if a guy was working at Wendy's, you're not looking at
give him a double take.
Exactly.
You ain't looking at that shit.
Exactly. That's basically what I was saying. Most men, they're basically invisible to most women.
And also for status as well.
Yeah.
For a guy that's doing construction, they're not looking at the guy. They're looking at the guy with the white collar job and whatnot.
Exactly. They're looking at the guy with the white collar job. They're looking at the most famous
I can't lie.
app.
I pass by a construction site and I look.
yeah,
I look.
Okay, well, that's
Outside,
okay.
It's hot. I look.
Okay.
Was he shirtless or something?
Oh, hell yeah.
Well,
Okay.
There's money in dirt.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
in
That's
dirt.
true. That's true. But not.
All
women,
right, country
but not a lot of
girls.
women think like that, though.
All right, country girl.
Okay,
Hey,
but not a lot.
somebody like I did not used to think that way, and then like I dated a construction worker,
Okay.
and I was like, okay, that's kind of makes sense.
Well, I did construction.
Okay. So your own reality kind of proves our point. But what I was trying to say was, most women, they don't really notice those guys who are building everything. They only notice the guys who are the most popular music artist, the most popular athlete,
Driving the nice cars.
that one movie star, driving the nice car,
Nice house.
throwing all their money in the club, the nice house, because they like materials. I mean, they are we.
Y'all like nice shit.
I mean,
Why do you think men buy nice shit? Because men, we are hunters, and we know that you guys love the materials. Okay, that's why the guys we rock the nice necklaces.
Why do you think
the
we
nice
moved
clothes.
out? Why do you think we moved out the house to get in here?
Exactly. Yeah. Part of the reason why was, to
Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Get the.
okay.
You can't
Okay.
fuck in your mom's house.
No, you can't. Nah. But yeah, we know that those things that we buy, they are status symbols, and a lot of, and most women, they like a man with status, cause guess what? Because if they're with that man who has status, if they get that man to commit to them, then guess what? It's gonna give that woman more status. All right, for you ladies, which city has the most red flag guys in your opinion?
You go first.
Murfreesboro.
Damn.
Knoxville and Lebanon. 100%. That's not towards y'all in any way. Y'all are amazing
I'm
guys.
good.
Y'all are
you ain't
amazing.
talking. You ain't talking to me.
You know what? You know what? Just because I'm curious, what did these Lebanon guys do?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
They play games. Like
They just trying to fuck.
the people I was talking about from Thursday, Lebanon. People from the past who do the exact same thing, Lebanon. All of them just use pretty words because they don't think that, like, I'll literally be like, hey, be honest with me. Like, if you don't want to be exclusive, cool, we won't be exclusive. They're like, no, that's what I want. That's what I want. And so we will be. And then they mess it all up. So Lebanon men are just,
You told them
they're
that.
wild.
Wait, hold on, and talk about. You told them that if you don't want to be
I
exclusive,
told him,
that's
I said, we do not have to be anything. We do not have to be exclusive. I am fine with just being friends with benefits, if that's all you want. And he was like, no, I want more than that
That's
from
like the
you.
greatest. That's
That's what they're doing.
why do you fuck that up?
How do you
He's like-
fuck that up?
How you fuck that up?
He was like, I
This
want
girl's
more than
literally
that from you.
giving. You are literally getting all the benefit here. You can be friends with this girl, and you can still.
I was like, I'm fine with that. And he goes, no, I want more than that from you. And I was like,
you-
okay. I went into all the bars not expecting to talk to him, not expecting to do anything, like not acknowledge each other until we went out to the truck that night. And he was all over me at the bar the first time. I was like, okay, this is different. This is exclusive. Asked him. He's like, yeah, I'm exclusive. I'm not talking to anybody else. I was like, that's weird. So I started closing my gates. I didn't close them, but I started closing my gates a little bit, letting less people in. And Thursday rolls around, not a single word from him. Today, haven't heard anything. Last night at the bar, didn't hear anything from him. And it's just like, if you just wanted to hit, just say that. Like, we're both horny teenagers. We're gonna fuck.
It
You
goes
don't have to
back
lie
to, like-
about it.
Yeah, it
I wish so many.
You know how
girls
many
were
guys
as cool
would?
as you.
Yeah, I was saying, but do you know how many guys would want to live this reality right now?
Like, if I'm interested in a guy, like, if I see something more than with him, then obviously I'll pursue that. But I just saw this guy as, like, a hookup. Like, he's attractive. He's good enough for, a every now and then thing.
Like sexually attractive.
Yeah, he's, like, sexually attractive. Like, he's hot to me. But I was like, are you
ugly
serious?
crushes.
Yeah, ugly crushes do exist, too. Like, there's ugly men that we just obsess over.
It's retarded.
But he was attractive, and it just happened. And, yeah. So now my roster's back up.
That is
Great.
Got a bunch of empty spaces.
crazy.
Plug.
Well,
What'd you say?
like, what did you just say?
I said that was a plug from her. The roster's open. Lots
Hold
of
on.
empty spots.
What was I going to say?
Yeah, well, you heard it first, guys. She is
Madison McClatchy.
available. I didn't say that. I didn't say her last name, man. Dang.
I ain't put that name.
Put
out.
her name out there. Fuck it.
Yeah, like, go ahead then.
Go ahead then.
Yeah, go
now
ahead,
you're gonna
then.
get DMs to be like, hey, you
Keep them rolling.
oh shit. All right. Damn.
I thought you were trying to find a husband here.
Trying to find a husband here. We ain't getting we
If
ain't
it comes, it comes. At this point, it is what it is.
it is
Nope.
what it is.
Okay.
I don't know how many I don't know how many it is what it is I got in me left, okay? we gotta get the ball rolling.
You know what? Okay.
But here, you want me to go or you got it?
You got
got
it.
something else? Okay.
Got it.
So, ladies, now we're gonna talk about y'all's relationships, okay? Y'all's past relationships. Let's just take y'all's recent one, for example. What happened? Who was in the wrong and whatnot? And then I'll pick up.
Don't ask them that.
who was in the wrong. I
You
want to
can't
know.
ask them that.
Yes, I can.
In what sense? Because me and my ex broke up like twice.
Honestly, you can't
And
ask
the
him that.
first time, he was completely in the wrong. I bought him $6,000 Alabama tickets, front row, 50-yard line.
$6,000.
$6,000 total.
Why
3,000
Alabama?
a piece
Why Alabama?
because it was the UT Tennessee game. It was Alabama
Ooh,
Tennessee.
That game.
It was that game, 50-yard line front row,
Dang. Oh, man.
and
You should have put a ring on that, though.
He cheated on me. He told me a week after I gave him those tickets, he told me, he said, I don't see you as a wife. I don't want you to be my wife. Quit acting like it. And I said, okay, I'm done. I'll back off. Didn't buy him anything else. He cheated on me with a girl who is, I'm not cocky, but she's a mud fence. Like,
A mud
she
fence.
had nothing.
What does that
on-
mean?
She
what the
was
fuck is-
butt ugly.
That
Like-
sounds country as hell.
That,
country as hell.
that was terrible. He went so low for that. Took him back.
Tennessee.
Took him
Oh,
back, and then the
shit.
second time I was in the wrong because I was mentally checked out. So the relationship wasn't there for me.
Ooh, when girls mentally checked out. But here's the thing, though. I feel like girls don't check out immediately. I feel like they check out like 3 months before.
No, I tried forever with him, and it was 3 months before when I checked out, and we ended things because I called the cops on him because he wouldn't give me my stuff back because he was being insane,
Well,
and I
damn.
ended things that time.
Question. Around that time, whenever you was like mentally checked out, did you like tend to be like a little bit more quieter, like around him, like
Yeah,
were you
so
talking this much?
I went on like a social media cleanse where I completely lost all social media and only had phone number, like
fuck.
texting.
Well, that's always good.
That freaked him out. He
Yeah.
hated that.
Yeah, because like I said last episode,
Ooh, Jesse, you talked
because like
about
I said
You talked about
like
that.
I said last episode, one thing you could not do with your woman is ever let her get too motherfucking quiet, because that's when it gets loud.
Hell yeah,
I
nigga.
completely went
My
silent.
nigga.
I would rather have a girl talk her ass off than be quiet, because that's when it gets
it's
loud.
over. Oh, it's
No, it
over.
was because I like deleted social media and I was like, I only have my phone number. This is how we can talk. He freaked out about it. Didn't like it. Didn't like that he couldn't see my location on Snapchat. Didn't like that he couldn't see if I was ignoring him. Didn't like any of that. So I had to turn like my red receipts and location on for him, which he was crazy. But that happened. We went on a beach trip because I graduated from college.
Wait. Where?
Panama.
You got college drown.
May.
Oh, fuck.
May.
Well, at least it wasn't Miami.
That's
No.
a topic for another podcast.
And we had fun. Nothing bad happened. I didn't do anything, but he freaked out the entire time. I got dragged.
I mean,
And just the constant-
Panama City.
Yeah. The constant argument back and forth. But he went to Panama City during spring break and it was fine. I couldn't go with him.
Yeah,
Wasn't
but it's
allowed.
not the
Not
but
the
it's not the
same.
same. As fucked up as it sounds, it's not the
We
same.
were together in spring break though.
But listen, as fucked up as it sounds, it's not the same.
I mean,
okay,
listen,
but I don't
the
want to
best-
sound like a hypocrite,
listen,
but it's not.
I mean, the best thing you're going to do, like, okay, let's say we're in a relationship, okay? I don't do girls
trips?
Girls trips.
I'll do girls'
you
nights.
I'll do girls nights.
Well, yeah,
Okay?
that's
like
different.
I'm fair. Like I'm fair out here.
This
okay?
wasn't like my parents bought me the trip though. Because my sister had just graduated high school and I graduated college a week apart.
Okay.
So
Okay,
my
okay.
parents
That's
bought the
okay.
trip.
Well, that's a lot.
it was
That would
supposed
have
to
been
be-
helpful at
sorry.
the beginning.
Yeah, that would have been very helpful.
Sorry. And it was just supposed to be me and my sister, but I brought Emily and she brought one of her friends. So it ended up being a girls trip because there was no parents involved.
Okay, I also take account into the kind of friends that you have.
Yep.
Because
I'm the wildest of my friends.
You're the well, damn.
I'm the
Well,
wildest.
it's all good.
I'm the calmest.
Here's the thing.
You are 1000% the calmest.
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't
just,
say.
I literally just exist. I'm basically just her shadow.
Well,
I just
damn.
follow her around. I'm her conscience.
Well, someone's got to watch.
You have an identity, you know.
Someone's got to
Well,
watch.
I mean, yeah, but not at the bar. At the bar scene, like, okay,
She
at
dances.
the bar,
That's it. She
I'm
dances.
a completely different person than I am in real life. At
Oh,
the
yeah.
bar, I try to put on a front, try to be.
This sounds like
outgoing.
everybody in reality.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not dumb. Obviously.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah, Justin.
Parker, fuck you, okay? Fuck you. You. Oh.
Listen, I know that. I was just speaking it in because we hadn't said that yet.
Yeah.
But,
You're lucky I like you.
but listen. What I was saying is that I take account into your friends where the trip is, because like I said, I do nights. I do girls' nights, and if anything, if a girl really loves me, she doesn't want to go to the club without me.
That's
Okay,
the thing too. Is like I was with him, and I did not want to. I did not have friends when I was with him.
No,
like
you didn't.
I was forced to hang out with other people because he was like, you want to talk to me too much. He's like, you have to have friends, and I was like, okay, that's weird, but cool. And I don't like guys' nights, like guys' trips. I think that's a reason for cheating. Like,
you don't
I
like guys' trips. What about guys'
No.
night? You know,
Guys' nights, I can handle a guys' night
You handle
if
it.
you're not, hey, I'm at the bros, and you're gone until 8 a.m. the next morning. Like, you go
Okay.
home at some
Like,
point. Guys don't have
preferably
sleepovers
don't
anymore.
go to a bar.
Guys don't have sleepovers anymore.
I don't know about that, man. We have a couch, man. I mean,
Yeah, but
we'll let one of the homies sleep on our couch.
It's not really a planned thing.
It's not
though.
a planned
like,
thing,
It's like,
though.
oh, you need to crash here? Okay, cool. But you, like,
I ain't
girls
gonna
will
lie.
be
I ain't
like,
gonna lie. She
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
She ain't lying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
girls,
that sounds
like, we'll be
reasonable.
like,
Girls'
I'll be like,
night?
Maddie,
Yeah.
you want to come spend the night this weekend? And we'll
Okay.
like plan a whole weekend. Guys are like, oh,
Girls
it's
do
4
do
a.m.
that. They do.
I like
They do.
I like my own space. I ain't.
They
gonna
do
cap.
that. Yeah.
She right. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I can't. Yeah, I can't argue that honestly
like,
because
girls' nights extend to the morning. Like, we stay the night with each other.
Yeah,
do.
and we plan it.
Guys don't.
Like, we bring our
so there's
do.
no
days,
reason
all
for you
sorts of
not to
stuff.
text me when you go home.
That's
Even
very-
if it's a quick, hey, I'm home. Hey, sorry, guys, not ran late, whatever. That's different. That's communication.
And there should
Problem I
be
have-
girls on guys' nights.
There should not
It's like,
be
oh,
girls
she's one
on
of the
guys'
bros.
night.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't exist.
no, it does not.
Guys do not have girl best friends, and girls do not
we
have
don't.
guy
Have,
best
we,
friends.
we don't even have friends. Okay.
No,
I
girls.
think you can have friends.
Yeah.
But I also have a different perspective because, like, for me, if I put somebody in the friend zone, they're going to stay there because I don't sleep around. I don't do that. So, like, for me, there's no temptation. If I don't see you as a potential husband, there's absolutely nothing there. So, like, for me, I can 100% have guy friends.
Well, you're a better person than me because I've never been friends with a girl that I didn't want to smash. Okay, so it's either I see you as
You just
family.
called out all the guys.
I see you as no, fuck them, fuck all of them. I see them as family. Family's different. Where it's like, hey, like I'm here. I treat you like my own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
Justin, we have friends that just so happen to be women that we treat them as our own.
Yep.
They know that they can call us, spend the night here if they need to. It's
Yep.
happened before, plenty
Yep.
of times. They know it's safe over here.
Bro,
It's safe over
yeah.
here with us.
Well,
I
girls
definitely
need
think
those
that's
guys.
true because,
Yeah.
like, for me, in the past 2 months, I've lost 3 friendships because I've had 3 guys tell me that they are in love with me, not even like me, that they're in love with me. And when I don't reciprocate that, they want nothing to do with me and they completely drop me off. Completely.
I mean,
Like, I've never had a guy friend not tell me that they were into me. But then normally I can, like, shut it down and be like, at the very beginning, be like, I'm not into you. Do not try. And
Well, you
we can
probably
be
made them
friends
cry
and
in the
it's fine.
car, man.
you probably made them
You
cry
probably
in the
made them cry in
car.
the
Oh,
car.
I did. I made them.
That's fucked up, man.
I mean, as they should.
They send me videos.
they
They're
like-
crying right now. I'm like, yeah, because that helps.
I'm
your
sorry.
case.
Yeah, that's not really helping your case, man.
Yeah,
That's not. Really,
don't be a bitch, man.
yeah.
You need to be like,
Respectfully,
you
yeah.
need to walk away and go get another one. Maybe she'll.
And when a girl's been telling you for 2 years that they're not attracted to you in any way, don't randomly call them and ask them on a date. It
Yeah.
doesn't go well.
Yeah. Yeah, but you guys are very emotional creatures. But y'all can be happy one day and sad the very next one. So
You know,
Oh,
like,
that's 5
we
minutes
wake
span.
up. We wake up.
okay,
with
that's whole
different
even.
hormones.
That's even worse.
That's a 5-minute span.
This is anatomy. We wake up with different hormones every single day. So we literally wake up different people every day. You don't
Question.
wake up with the
Question.
same
Okay.
hormones.
Okay. Question. If that's the case, then why are men ashamed for being horn dogs whenever? But testosterone is a male hormone.
And that's another thing
You
I
wake
wanted.
up every
That's
day
another
like
thing I
that.
wanted. That's
Yeah,
another thing I wanted.
but we're
to
ashamed
ask
for
her,
our
but, like,
for our hormones. but we cater to y'all's.
But like, yeah, that's the thing I want to ask y'all. Why is it that male hormones is demonized, but female hormones is protected? Like all the time, you hear women say, "Oh, I'm on my period," blah blah, blah. Or you know, and then we have to we have to excuse the behavior. We have to fall in line. But if a guy is horny and whatnot, he's like, "Oh, you dog," or what, or like some
I
bullshit.
would say, like, okay, I'm a biology major, so like
Nerd.
Nerd.
All right, I am a nerd. You're right. I love science. Like speaking from like that perspective,
Yeah, educate
it
us.
actually is different. Y'all have a 24-hour cycle. We have a like 30-day cycle. Like we genuinely like. There's a lot of times when females are being, for lack of a better word, bitches. We can't control it always. Like y'all wake up with the same stuff. Y'all have had, however old you are, to figure out what your stuff is, like how you're gonna feel during the day. Your cycle is not near as complicated as ours is, if that makes sense.
Y'all are mad for an hour. We stay mad about it for 2-3 days.
Yeah,
out
like,
of the month.
okay, if we get in a fight when we're little, we'll hate each other for the rest of our lives, but y'all can literally punch each other in the face and 2 hours later be best friends.
Oh yeah,
Like, girls are just dramatic.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is because of our hormone cycle.
And
It's not even like a period cycle, like hormone cycle is like, it's all different. Like,
But-
there's like a week in the month when we're super happy, where everything's great, we feel hot. And then the next week we'll be like depressed. And it's all because of our hormones.
yeah.
Yeah,
We have a
that's one
little
thing
sister as well, and guess what? We still be struggling with this shit.
Oh, it's really hard to figure out. If we knew how to figure it out, we would have it down by now.
Oh yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. But I have another question for y'all. Who was that person that made you realize what unconditional love was? Who was that person for y'all?
Mine would be my parents.
Okay.
Which one?
I mean, both. Like, I have great
Okay.
parents. My parents are absolutely amazing.
So we need fathers, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad is amazing.
That's good.
So
Explains a lot.
It does. It explains. He's 100% why I am the way I am. They've talked about things with me from a young age. Everything. Like, they made me realize what was important in life, what was not, how I should live my life to attract the kind of people I want in my life. Like, they're amazing.
These men gonna love you.
Yeah, and
These guys gonna
and
love you.
okay. And here's another question. Do you believe that your father's love your father's love in your life? Do you believe that has impacted you on selecting a mate? Did he like set the standard high?
Absolutely. My dad has made my standards for dating almost impossible. Like, it's ridiculous. And he's like, I fully believe that in looking for somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with, you look for comfort, you look for protection. And to me, when I think of those things, I think of my father. So there are qualities that my dad has that I'm 100% going to look for in a man. And same with my brother. I have an older brother. He's also amazing. So, like, for me, if you're not, like, if you don't fit into my family, like, on the same level of, like, what my parents and what my brother give me, then you have no place in my life.
I just want to say this.
Great answer.
I don't want you to.
That's real material.
I love what you just said, and I don't want you to, hurt yourself when it comes to these chances, because no one love you like your family does.
Oh, absolutely
You
not.
know,
No.
but your father, the way that he loved you and whatnot, it taught you what to look for in a man. Correct?
Yes.
So that way you're not looking for these ain't shit guys. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's why, like, I don't settle. I don't date often. I've had 2 serious relationships, and that's it. I get attention. I have options. That sounds cocky and stupid, but, like, I have them, and I'm just like, no.
Cocky motherfucker.
I know. I didn't know how else to phrase it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just kidding. Let me have fun.
We look for. I think, on a general sense, men look for confidence, intelligence, and femininity.
Yep.
Just to base on those 3 things in a woman. So I think confidence. I think by default, if you look good, you're gonna have options. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't.
Yeah, and back to what she was talking about, how her father's love impacted her. I always say this. I always say that a father is their little girl's first man. That's the first man. That's the first and possibly only man that she will experience the real, true feeling of unconditional love. Because after that man, every guy who comes into your life before and now and in the future all of them, they will be seeking something from you, whether that's sex, whether that's marriage, whether that's robbing you or something. I don't know. But guess what? But I always say that your dad, he's the only man who can love you without expecting anything from you in return. And I believe that for a little girl, that's the best feeling in the world, knowing that man exists. And I say, like, whenever a little girl she doesn't have that connection with her father, she will tend to look for that kind of love in promiscuous ways, and they don't really understand their self-worth until they've gone through a lot of trauma. And for some girls, they realize their self-worth at the right time. Some of them realize it too late. Some of them realize it whenever they're young, and then they improve themselves off it. But I always say that we do need dads in the household. We don't need to have.
You need good dads.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, of course.
Must have felt nice having a dad.
Yeah, of course, because
It is great, actually.
Yeah, mine left me on Christmas.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Right, Justin?
Yeah, of course. But I always believe that we need strong.
He's like, don't talk about it.
Yeah, of course. Oh shit.
Yeah, but I believe that we are like boys and girls, and we are shaped differently whenever we have our good dads involved in the household with us, because whenever a girl doesn't have that dad involved, and they don't have like a connection, she's going to look for that unconditional love in promiscuous ways, and she won't find it there. And she will tend to look for men who don't really have the best attributes. If they're like broken or toxic or pieces of shit, or ones who aren't leading their lives correctly. Whereas men who usually grow up without their dads, they tend to grow up more emotional, more sensitive, more reactive off their emotions. You know, the kind of men that we all try to avoid. Okay, all these criminals that we be seeing, most of them, they ain't got dads. They be locked up because they're reacting emotionally instead of logically. Now, that's where we learn to think with logic is from, the men in our lives. Because, obviously we ain't grow up with our dad much in our lives. And, I'm not really mad at it anymore. I mean, I'm 21 years old. I mean, what the fuck can I do about it? But yeah, I learned like very early that, reacting emotionally is not it. I mean, you're not really gonna function correctly if you do stupid shit like that. Because if you react off your emotion, man, a girl could break your heart, and guess what? Your emotion, they're gonna go through the roof, and you might try to
delete yourself.
Well, I was gonna say RKO her, but hey, I guess that worked.
Oh, I thought that's what you were gonna say.
No.
What? Hurt yourself?
No.
Ease the pain?
Punch a wall.
Yeah, or worse, hurt her.
Oh.
Like that football player. I forgot his name.
There's a lot of football players that punch girls.
One in the elevator.
Ray Rice?
Ray Rice?
Yeah, that one.
She hit him first.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
She hit him
He
first.
reacted off his emotions.
Yeah, but guess what though? But she
she did too.
Yeah, but she hit him first though. She initiated everything. And I always say that that whenever you hit a man first, don't be surprised if he's back, because there are some men out here who if you give them the opportunity, there are some men out here who could fuck you up. All right, because guess what? A 15-year-old boy, he could beat the shit out of either one of y'all.
Absolutely.
If he really could. And we tried to speak about this more because we don't want to see that. I mean, we don't want to see men out here.
What did you say, Justin?
What?
As a
respecter and protector of women, okay? I don't want to see men being women's asses, even if the girl hits first, okay? I always try to tell them to walk away because I know that what it could do towards a man's life, because putting your hands on a woman, that would fuck you up for life, okay? Because other women, they would look at you as a woman beater. You could completely change how you act, and guess what? They're still going to hold that against you.
I don't call this a wife beater, by the way. These are wife pleasers.
It's lovely. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
If you got the body for it, then yes, it's a wife pleaser.
When you're shredded, man, you get away with anything. except like
Like
junk,
how no one commented.
like junk food. Listen,
Not anything.
I'll talk about fitness.
Oh,
I
okay.
should. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, is there anything else you want to say? Because I have just one more thing to talk about.
Okay.
Before we close it off.
How do we feel about? I'm just playing. I can't say that.
Trent, no, I'm kidding.
No, I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say that. But you know what? Man, go ahead and ask what you were about to say.
All right, so ladies, so I'm gonna close it off with just these 2 questions. All right, what are 3 things that you look for in? I'm guessing that y'all are tired of the bullshit. Y'all tired of the games. Y'all trying to get the ball rolling. Y'all tired of dating for 6 to 8 months just for it to close off again, right? All that time being wasted. So I'm guessing y'all want something serious, correct? All right. So in that case, what are 3 things that you look for in a guy that is capable, that you would consider boyfriend, husband material? Someone that you would take seriously.
Honesty. Like, even compulsive lying or white lying is bad. Like,
Did we just talk about this honesty shit?
No. Like, if you're dishonest from the beginning, I drop it. Like, it's gone.
So someone that stands on his word.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, cool.
It don't matter the situation. I love mama's boys. I really do. Like,
That might
if
be your
you-
problem right there.
I know, but like, mama's boys, they want to make their mama so happy. So like, if they love you the way they do their mama, or like half of what they do, you're gonna be treated great because they love their mama.
Yeah, that's true. Single,
That's really
I mean,
it.
product of single mothers right here, man. We
comes
love the shit
first?
out of moms.
Yeah. What's,
Who comes first,
Our
mama
mom.
or the wife?
Or mom.
Mama.
well, I don't know because I'm giving my wife the last name, but my mom's obviously been there for me since day one. But assuming that I have kids with this woman, this is gonna be the mother of my children. So I have to
Biblically
show.
speaking,
I-
it should
yeah,
be the wife.
hypothetically speaking, I mean, I have to show my kids that to put their to put their wife first in most instances, because you would want your little boys to put their
Well,
wife first.
never mind. I fucked that up because our mom told me that my wife, like, if you had to choose her or me, choose her. I was like, huh? I was like, okay.
Your mom sounds nice.
Yeah, she's very so. I wish she was here. She was here earlier today.
Yeah.
We could have met her.
Yeah,
Meet Mama Birch.
Yeah.
Mama Birch,
Like-
the one that made this whole thing possible from day one.
I say what, the podcast or our existence.
Our existence,
Your existence.
which then brought the podcast.
Yep. Yeah, that was to say. Okay, just make sure that you forget out where you was going.
So you said honesty, mama's
Honesty,
boys.
Mama's boy.
What?
That's really it. I have like no standards at all.
Hey guys, hey guys, y'all got a chance over here. Shoot your shot. What's your Instagram? Do you have one? Does it,
Maddie-
McClatchy.
No, Maddie PM13.
you got
That's
it right
all
there.
my social media.
All right, I'm not even going to put the subtitles on or anything. If you really want her, you're
Yep,
going
you're
to
gonna
listen.
listen.
You're going to listen.
You will listen, that guy.
All right,
And it's not spelled traditional either. It's spelled different. My name.
all right. Well, we'll see if y'all find it.
Yep, they'll find it.
All
If
right,
they
well-
want it, they're gonna find it.
All right, what about you?
Family oriented, because I'm big on family, Christian, and somebody that like has a plan. You don't have to be like settled in it, but like as long as you have an end goal, I can see your end goal of how you're gonna support me, how you're gonna be a real human being and exist in the world. As long as we can both see the end goal, I'm good.
Ambition.
Yeah.
All right. You hear that, boys? You ain't gotta be a millionaire, but you gotta be willing to get out here and work. You hear me?
Yeah.
All right. But I mean, just keep the lights on. I think that's what she's asking for.
Pretty much.
And read your Bible every single day.
That part is my.
I don't do that.
I thought you were gonna ask me.
I'll say
honest.
because I can. Man.
That's a little much. I don't even go to church every Sunday. I need to do better at that. So.
Oh,
I thought you were going. I thought you were going to ask me.
All right.
What?
Huh?
I thought you were going to ask
Man,
me.
no one cares what you want, man.
What?
It's probably on like all 17 other podcasts.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
It
lie.
is on the one with
From
the
what you've been
boys.
talking about, I'm sure we
One
can
with
find
Jordan
out.
Preston. Go back and watch the Jordan Preston podcast. There it is. It's fine.
Episode
had some-
15.
Episode
You know what, man?
15,
I might
yeah.
as well get ready for this because I already know that some guests in the future they're gonna be talking a whole lot more reckless than she is right now. Okay, so she's
I'm
warming me up.
reserved.
She's warming me up right now, so I appreciate you.
Oh my god.
Part 2, I'll do better.
Hey,
I'll annihilate you.
trust me.
How many?
There will be a part two.
How many of your, I guess whether it was hookups or serious relationships, how many of them were not white?
4 or 5.
Okay, 4 or
So
5.
you dabble in the dark?
I like the dark. I like a chocolate swirl every now and then.
Oh damn! Yes, sir. And then what about you? Huh? Anyone dabble in the dark?
I had 2 serious relationships.
All right,
So if we're just
if it ain't
talking
melatonin,
serious
don't be
relationships,
settling.
They were both white. But if we're talking about like people I've like talked to, tried to have a relationship, probably 4 or 5. So.
That were black?
All right,
Or
ladies.
of other things.
No. Or black?
Some of them were black, yes.
All right,
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
All right, ladies, listen. All right, listen. All right, ladies, they're telling you right now. If it ain't meddling, don't be settling.
Yep.